There's a very interesting passage in one of the letters of St Ignatius in which he writes to someone who perhaps seems to have some sort of plans or desires to do something in the future. But Ignatius, I think, suspects that what the person is dreaming or planning so much for a future eventuality and ignoring some of the things that are right in front of him that need to be done. And so Ignatius challenges that person to really pay attention to what's going on right now, to find the will of God in the things that he's being called to do at that particular moment of his life, and to invest his time, his energy, his creativity in that. Reminds me very much of a saying that's been said to us forever as Jesuits: age quod ages, do what you are doing. Because there is the temptation to somehow limit ourselves by what we think we should be doing if things were different, and not pay attention to what we can do in the current situation. And during this pandemic and the lockdown, and so much has changed. It's been a constant call to us, and I'm sure a constant call to all of you, to instead of thinking about what we have lost and what we were used to doing and can't do, to find new ways to do what we are capable of doing. And it's been a constant refrain for us here at the retreat center to see that we would never have directed people through Zoom. We would never had retreats, that were done virtually. We would never have kind of done these videos in the past. And yet, because things change so rapidly, we've been introduced to new ways of serving the Lord, and we probably need to get even more creative in what we're doing. And now that we're able to open a little bit and people are coming back onto the property, we have to pay attention to what is the Lord calling us right now. Do we continue with some of the things that we're doing virtually? I did a retreat this last weekend where someone was in New Orleans, and someone was in Phoenix, and someone was in San Diego, and who knows where else other people were. That would have been impossible for those people to be here for a weekend retreat, but they could be with us on a weekend retreat virtually. And so some sort of combination of all of that seems to be where we are drawn, and where we have to begin to discern what God wants for us to do. But in a similar way, I'm sure in your life too, as you've noticed the changes that have taken place in what you were doing or what you have been doing, there must be in your own life new directions that the Lord is calling you to. And the wisdom of St. Ignatius, who was very clear that we need to pay attention to what's going on now and how to serve the Lord now, not in some future eventuality. It's not that we can't make plans, and not that we shouldn't make plans, but that too often our plans become things that we fall in love with, and we're not as in love with the reality now, where we need to serve the Lord and somehow listen and discern what God is calling us now. And so in your own life, may you find the will of God speaking, or the voice of God speaking to you right now in your current situation, and be as creative in answering that call as possible. And that's the wisdom of St. Ignatius for today.